Hello and welcome to another episode of Analog Insights. In today's episode, we take a closer look at the Leica R7, which was introduced in 1992 and produced until 1997. The R7 is a single lens reflex camera which replaced the Leica R5 and RE in the lineup and was sold simultaneously to the Leica R6 and R6.2, which were fully mechanical cameras and therefore a little bit deviations with respect to the general trend towards more electricity in cameras. Speaking of electricity, the Leica R7 came with as a first Leica with a fully automated TDL flash control, a digital display of the shutter speeds inside the viewfinder, and a DX code readings for automatic film sensitivity identification. Interestingly, in order to fit in all the additional components, the camera's base length had to be extended by 10.7 millimeters so that all the components can fit in there. But other than that, its overall form factor and also body configuration is just like that of the Leica R4, R5 and R6. And important to point out is that the later versions, the R8 and R9, are significantly more bulky and were optimized for use in combination with digital backs. So here the R7 is really the last in the lineup that was not optimized for digital backs. Greg purchased the camera in the 1990s and is the original owner of this chrome version that we have here. And for our review, we took the camera out on two different photo walks around Würzburg, shooting Fuji C200 and ADOX Silvermax. So let's dive in there. The Leica R7 weighs 670 grams without a lens and comes in a black and silver chrome finish. It features an electronically controlled metallic curtain focal plane shutter with speeds ranging from 1/2000th of a second to 16 seconds in automatic mode and 4 seconds in the manual mode. In case you run out of batteries, it still supports a mechanical shutter with 1/100th of a second. In regular use, the camera would need 4 LR44 batteries or 2 CR1 batteries respectively, depending on what you prefer. Most importantly, the camera comes with program, aperture priority, shutter priority, and a manual exposure mode. In addition, you have two different metering modes, an integrated center-weighted metering and a selective metering mode. The selective metering is only available in the aperture priority and manual mode. For manual metering, you have a little light level, so to speak, that you can use inside and that is displayed inside the viewfinder. An attached flash is controlled by the hot shoe on top, and the camera offers a TDL metering at 1/100th of a second. And interestingly, as a nice add-on, the automatic flash readiness indication inside the viewfinder can also be very helpful. The ISO is set automatically via the X code film sensitivity recognition or via the manual override. And here the ISO settings range between ISO 6 all the way up to 12,800. Exposure compensation also exists in half stops ranging from +3 EV to -3 EV. And interestingly, there is an indication inside the viewfinder that shows you or reminds you whenever you use exposure compensation. Besides that, there are controls for a battery check, an eyepiece shutter, multiple exposure, a self-timer, and a depth of field preview lever. The camera's viewfinder covers 92% of the image, and there is a diopter adjustment of plus and minus 2 units next to the viewfinder here. The aperture is displayed electronically in the P and B modes, and so inside the viewfinder, and also mechanically in the A and M modes. And that only works because of the two little windows here in the front that let in light in order to display the aperture mechanically as well. The film is transported via a manual lever or a motor drive or winder, and the Leica R7 is also compatible with the Leica Data Bag DB2, which would expose additional information like the shutter speed and so forth into your frame. So what about the lenses? The Leica R7 comes with the R-mount bayonet, which was supported from its introduction in 1964 all the way to 2009. The lenses are differentiated by the amount and type of cams they have to communicate to the camera body. The R7 here works best with so-called 3-cam lenses and the R-only lenses. The 3-cam lenses have the advantage that they are fully compatible with earlier Leica Flex and R bodies. So other bodies, if you have additional Leica Rs, this might be interesting. And the R-only here only comes with the so-called stepped R-cam and is really physically incompatible to the earlier mounts and bayonets, but interestingly it can be modified to 3-cam, so reverse modified. If you want that, then you would lose the R-cam only capabilities, but still have them compatible to older bodies as well. Leica lenses are known in general for the incredible sharpness, level of detail, and overall quality, and our negatives here really testify to that. Yet, according to some sources that I've read online, especially the R lenses are prone to haze, and you should really take a closer look at the lenses you're purchasing when you're in the market for them. And nevertheless, Greg really owns a wide range of Leica R lenses, even going back all the way to the 1970s, and he never had any problem with haze. So it really is dependent on which kind of lenses you have here. So what are our personal impressions? The camera handles very intuitively. The controls feel solid and are easy to use and to turn. The design is sleek and straightforward, and next to the legendary red dot you have a prominent Leica lettering at the front, which is common for all the R series cameras. And yet, if you look at the camera, at least to me, it does not look like a 1990s design, but it retains to some extent the charm of an earlier era and of the cameras it is based on. Most importantly, the camera comes with a beautiful and rich shutter sound that really makes taking a shot a pure joy. And looking at the shutter speeds and how they're displayed inside the viewfinder and all the digital display inside the viewfinder, it's not too straightforward and loud and in your face, but really convenient and subtle and easy to read under all circumstances. Next to that, you get support for a wide range of wonderful lenses, and that makes it really a really interesting single lens reflex camera system to buy into. And yet, given the choice between an R7 and a more mechanical or fully mechanical R6.2 or an earlier version of the R series, I would personally be more drawn towards the mechanical versions. Nevertheless, if you're in the market for an electronically controlled, highly advanced and yet compact Leica R camera, the R7 is probably the best way to go. Today, a Leica R7 in good condition can be had for around 300 to 350 euros for the black version and 400 to 500 euros for the silver version, which we have here. As always, we would recommend to pay a little premium and get it from a really reliable and good trusted dealer, or if somewhat possible, even from an original owner, basically first-hand. Get it directly from that person and be confident that it was used with a lot of care in its lifetime. And yet, if you're in the market for such a camera, what are the things that you should be looking out for? As is quite common for older cameras, the foam material used to light seal the back, and in this case also the mirror box, deteriorates over time, and this also holds true for the R7 here. And you should check on the foam and how good it is still working and whether it needs to be replaced anytime soon after your purchase. Most importantly, the R7 circuit board is prone to failing or can fail, and there are no replacement parts out there anymore. So you basically can only take replacement parts from other existing cameras where something else might be wrong, and you find them inexpensively and then can transfer some of the electronics and the circuit board here. But this is the only way to go, so to speak. So you really should be aware of that possibility. And nevertheless, this is quite common for other advanced electronic cameras as well. They can potentially fail electronically, and then there's no replacement for it anymore. So you should be aware of that when hitting the market and looking for a Leica R7. So thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Analog Insights and our review of the Leica R7, the pinnacle of Leica's electronically controlled single lens reflex cameras, which were still focusing on film only and did not support a digital back. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it and maybe even share it with your friends. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. Jules, Greg, and I really appreciate each and every subscriber coming our way. So thanks for watching. We hope to see you soon. Bye.